Hey guys, I'm Kinsey holistic health coach and culinary nutrition expert. I had plans to present another topic other than what I am going to be sharing with you today. However, after speaking with more than a dozen people last week and realizing that most of my clients are in the same situation, I wanted to address this topic sooner rather than later. Did you know that 90% of Americans have low stomach acid, called hypochlorhydria? This is just another word for low acid in the stomach. Low stomach acid leads to a cascade of digestive problems further south in the digestion process, such as bloating, gas, and constipation. Fortunately, it is an option to heal low stomach acid naturally and put an end to the chain effect of digestive problems. So what causes low stomach acid in the first place, and what are a few things to consider? The first is eating when upset. Hydrochloric acid, or HCl secretion, may be completely inhibited by stress, emotion, or worry. It is the low-grade, long-term, emotionally oriented life stress that is more the culprit. An important note here is that intense stress caused by high-stress situations or desire for high achievements is associated more with HCl over or hyper secretion and peptic ulcer disease, at least initially. As the stress continues, the body is exhausted and HCl production is no longer adequate. Next is eating a nutritionally deficient diet of processed and fast foods. Also, a lack of sufficient minerals and sugar in the daily diet, which depletes minerals. Replace mineral-depleting refined sugar and sweeteners with pure grade B maple syrup, raw honey, or stevia. Zinc and B vitamin deficiencies also contribute to low stomach acid. So too does chronic illness. And drinking ice water with meals. Age is also an uncontrollable factor. As you get older, stomach acid production tends to decrease, especially if there is any chronic illness. The next one I believe goes without saying, which is antacid use and taking prescription and over-the-counter drugs that suppress HCl production either directly or indirectly. Finally, having a candida yeast overgrowth contributes to low stomach acid. You can find out if you have a candida overgrowth with one of the many testing options Immuno Labs has to offer. Let's now find out what the all too common consequences of low stomach acid are. Low stomach acid cannot properly break down proteins into amino acids. Lack of amino acids in the bloodstream means less available neurotransmitters, which can mean mood disorders like depression. Additionally, protein maldigestion leads to hair loss and brittle nails. If hair loss alone isn't bad enough, hang on because we've just begun. Low stomach acid fosters an imbalanced gut flora. Pathogenic and foodborne bacteria, usually killed by the low stomach pH, can make their way into the intestines. Further, lack of acidity in the stomach makes it more prone to bacterial growth. Low stomach acid leads to nutrient malabsorption. Specifically, when proteins aren't fully broken down, B12 absorption is disrupted. Folate and non-heme iron absorption are also affected by low stomach acid. This can mean trouble, especially for you plant-based eaters who depend on non-heme iron sources of food for this essential mineral. Low stomach acid often means constipation, bloating, gas, and belching. With inadequate acid, food sits in the stomach and ferments instead of being properly digested. Finally, low stomach acid may cause a leaky gut and therefore create food sensitivities. Improperly digested starches create little holes between the cells of the intestinal lining. These starches also feed pathogenic bacteria that create these leaky spaces. When this happens, undigested proteins and other food particles leak into the bloodstream, and the body reacts by creating antibodies to these foreign particles in the blood. Understanding our anatomy is important to understand the causes of why we develop heartburn and GERD. The lower esophageal sphincter, or LES, separates the esophagus and the stomach. Proper stomach acid levels signal the LES to close tightly. With low stomach acid levels, the LES loosens and acidic stomach fluid escapes into the lower part of the esophagus, causing a burning sensation. LES malfunction is also influenced by other variables like food allergies, overeating, and certain drugs. Another cause of heartburn and GERD has to do with the pyloric sphincter, which separates the stomach from the small intestine. The body resists opening this sphincter when the contents of the stomach are not properly acidified. The body naturally knows the undigested food will cause problems further south. As a result, food sits in the stomach and ferments, producing gas and pressure, which makes the LES leak open. And you know what this means. Heartburn is sure to strike. Now that we understand the detrimental digestive woes that can occur due to low stomach acid, let's look at how to heal low stomach acid naturally and effectively, beginning with supplements. Eating plenty of unrefined sea salt with meals, such as real salt, provides chloride, the building block of stomach acid. Raw apple cider vinegar has so many health benefits, and aiding in the production of low stomach acid is one of them. There are a few reasons why apple cider vinegar improves digestion and low stomach acid. First, the vinegar is acidic and will slightly lower the pH in the stomach. Frequent doses of raw apple cider vinegar is also effective in correcting candida overgrowth, and candida problems can contribute to low stomach acid production. I recommend drinking half to 1 teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar and half a cup of warm water before each meal. Supplementing with hydrochloric acid and pepsin is a temporary step, but an important tool to support low stomach acid. Last but not least, zinc is critical for the production of HCl. You can increase your zinc intake through whole foods. Pumpkin seeds are the most concentrated non-meat food source of zinc. Most foods that are high in zinc are animal foods such as beef, lamb, crab, turkey, chicken, lobster, clams, and salmon. Zinc food sources, aside from meats and dairy products such as yogurt, kefir, cheese, nutritional yeast, peanuts, beans, whole grain cereals, brown rice, whole wheat bread, and potatoes. Vitamin C, E, B6, and minerals such as magnesium can increase zinc absorption in the body, so adding whole food supplements will also help assimilation. In addition to supplements, making lifestyle changes is just as vital. Perhaps the most important change is to not eat while stressed, as the body does not produce gastric juices when under stress. That means sitting down for your meals, chewing well, and eating mindfully. The next thing you can do is not consume foods that you are sensitive or allergic to, which causes inflammation in the body and aggravates the entire digestive tract. Eliminate these foods until the digestive tract seals, stomach acid secretion is normalized, and food sensitivities are reversed. Overhydrating can also be an issue. We are constantly hounded to drink 8 or more glasses of water per day for quote-unquote hydration and to flush toxins. Well, did you know overhydrating does neither of these things and actually slows metabolism and can cause cellular dehydration? In addition, drinking large amounts of water before or during meals waters down stomach acid and therefore inhibits digestion. If desired, drink a cup of warm, homemade bone broth to stimulate digestive juices during meals. You can also use proper food combining techniques for healthy digestion, which will take pressure off your digestive system. The last thing you can practice is chewing your food more thoroughly. Did you know digestion starts in the mouth? Chew foods thoroughly to stimulate digestive enzymes in the mouth to break up foods into the smallest particles possible for better digestion. I hope you have found the information in this presentation to be helpful, whether or not you know or are now considering that you may be one of the 90% of individuals with low stomach acid. Feel free to let us know if you have used any of these tips or supplements before, as we love hearing from our viewers. Additional questions or topic requests you would like to see covered can be emailed to kinseyvd@immunolabs.com.